Hey YouTube, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Nika and I play Isaac every single day. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Hey guys, today I'm playing as David, who is part of the Astro Birth mod. I have no idea what he does. I don't know what Sandevistan is. I have no idea, but we're just gonna try it. I love a good pocket Lamau. I love a good pocket active, so I'm kind of excited to see how this character works. And yeah, let's get into it, guys. Sorry this video is going to be late today. I hope you guys are doing well, though. Happy Thursday. It's nearly Friday. We're very close to the holidays. How have you guys been feeling? Have you been treating yourselves and other people kindly? That is all I ask of you. And if you do like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have to start remembering to like say that because I never do. Like ever. It's definitely part of my job to like remind you guys. But I just don't do it. I'm curious. Okay. I was gonna say I'm curious to see what Sandevistan does. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It could be Sandevistan, it could be Sandevistan, it could be Sandevistan. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other ways to pronounce that. It could be anything. I could be mispronouncing it entirely, but I only have 6 cents. I don't really feel the need to go to the shop, to be honest with you. If I run into enemies, do I do damage? I couldn't tell if I did. I'll test that again. I might have. Maybe, but I can't tell. Today's video is late, and that's because I've just been sitting in, like, straight up despair. I was really, like, I'm kind of calling myself out a little bit because I was really going through it. Like, I really wasn't doing very well, and I could feel that, like, particularly icky feeling where you feel your heart rate start to go up, and you kind of feel like you can't breathe very well, and my mind was racing, but it also was blank. I was totally spacing out, and I was just kind of stuck doom scrolling for a bit, which is not something I usually do on, like, TikTok, but more like on places where I can get, like, news. And I sat for a second, and I realized, like, I'm screwing myself over because I'm so lost in the world that I've lost my own plot. Like, I lost myself. Which, I am a very big proponent of the idea. Proponent? I must say component. I don't know. I have brain fog. One of the words. I'm very big on the idea that, like, we do need to care more about things than we do, and I deeply believe that. Deeply. But it's not helpful if you lose yourself in the plot. Like, ultimately, knockout drops. Ultimately, you have to take care of yourself as well, and I have not been doing that. Really at all. So I was like, I looked at the time, and I was like, it's too late. I shouldn't even bother making a video. And then I was like, actually, you should probably show up for yourself and your community and make a video because that's what persevering looks like. I mean, people want it to be so overwhelming for you that you can't function. They want you to be depressed. People want you to be overwhelmed. If they just flood the news with the next horrible thing that they're doing, if they're making sure that you feel hopeless and you watch other people suffer in the name of their gain, that it will make you feel terrible. And then you'll disconnect, and you don't care, and you don't show up, and you don't do things. And there is a balance. But one thing I will do is make sure that I don't let that occur. Like, I'm not trying to allow them to do what they want to do. I'm really not. So, I was like, actually, I have to make a video, and it doesn't matter what time it goes up. And this time, I'm not finna touch this video at all. I'm sorry. Every awkward pause, every it's getting left in there. Unless I shit myself mid-video or something, this is not being edited, it's not being touched. Because I'm just going to authentically film myself yapping, and then I'm going to upload the video. And knowing me, knowing my luck with YouTube, that's what they're going to post. They're going to post the one that I don't want people to see. It's always that. Like, anybody who watches YouTube or makes YouTube videos knows that it's always that. Like, at the end of the day, did I run into... Oh, I forgot to shoot Lamau. At the end of the day, YouTube will literally always push the video that you want nobody to see. Why is it like that, by the way? I'll, like, work really hard on a video, or like yesterday's video, where I feel like it was kind of cool, and I kind of did my thing or whatever. And then grant damage for each revival item held. Spawns 1 random revival item in the starting room of the next run is fine. Rerolls all pedestal items in the room to the next item ID. I don't feel like any of these... I just saw this. I love him. I don't feel like any of those are really worth it, so. But it's always that, but it doesn't even matter, because ultimately that means that many people will see videos of me showing up for myself, despite the fact that I felt terrified of the world, and I felt like shit, and I was scared to do it. So it's a good thing, in my opinion. And, like, ultimately, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to yap. Somehow, some way, people think that I have a talent for speaking. Not just on the internet, but sometimes in real life, too. And so, fuck it, I'm gonna speak. And if I don't speak well enough, which I know I do, I don't shut up. I know I speak well enough. Then, you know, then the video flops, I guess. But I think I'm gonna be able to talk. I think the fuck so, because that's literally all I do. So I was like, nah, you're gonna show up for your community and you're gonna make a video and you're gonna put it out. It doesn't have to be crazy. I wanted to do something different, so I finally tried another Astro Birth character, because you know that I am literally such a massive fan of this mod. It's so, so, so good. I love this mod more than any other mod I've played, so I was like, this is literally the thing to do. And now I don't regret it at all. And also, I have a sick-ass haircut now. This dude's hair looks absolutely bonkers cool. I was thinking about going to the Angel deal, but then I was like, However, though, I don't know, the Devil deal is just a little bit tantalizing. It just tingles on the tip of my tongue, you know what I mean? People are like, no, I don't know what you mean. That doesn't mean anything. Interesting that it's showing her and not the character that I'm playing. I don't know the lore behind these characters, and a lot of it is not in my native language. It's translated, so I could very well, I keep forgetting to, like, shoot, Lamau. Why do I keep saying Lamau? I feel like I had never said that until recently. Like, is this a passing of age thing, where I'm just getting older and now speaking out things I feel like that are meant to be typed? I have no idea. This was not a thing before, though. Am I getting hit? Why do I feel like I'm getting hit? Is it making a hit movement? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you flash or whatever. What is this? Chance to fire a 12-way beam on hit that damaged enemies. Yes. Absolutely. I had to spit out my gum. Fine, I'll let that be a cut, because it was getting all gross in my mouth. And I was like, I can't handle it anymore. I do think that, see that, oh, whoa. I wish I heard that when I edit. I'm just going to go to that one section to hear it. I was going to say, I guess that one big breath I took of just breathing in is going to be in there. But I have to be more comfortable with being human. Like, when I used to stream, I used to be so stressed out about, like, my nose itching, or sneezing, or talking a certain way, or voice cracks, or anything. Like, I'm a human being with lungs. And as a matter of fact, I stress myself out so bad that my asthma's bad right now, and so I'm kind of wheezy. I'm not breathing very well, and I'm kind of short of breath. And that's, like, part of my life. Who gives a fuck? If you do care, you're caring about the wrong things, I fear. I fear you're not, what's the word? You're not, god damn. Is it every time something dies? Or I thought it said when I got hit. I feel like I just misread that entirely, which is absolutely a possibility, knowing me. But penis! Pink ward reveals the central 5x5 rooms of the floor, turns hidden enemies into friendly ones. I'll take that. It looks so penile to me. I think it's like the tip. I don't know what it is, but it looks just super penis to me. Which, it looks super penis to me probably should not be a sentence. Yet here we are. I had something else I really wanted to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. I know it was like, there's something pointy in my eye, and I'm just like not a fan of that really. I know it was like, I didn't want to give in to feeling the way that I do feel or whatever, which is definitely a big one, because I think sometimes we all do that, and I do that a lot of the times. Like, I just feel like absolute garbage, so then I just, not that I'm trying to give in, it's not always a deliberate thing, but just that I feel so bad that it's really hard for me to function, and I feel like the most I can do is just sit and exist, but that's not always true. Like, yes, sometimes all you can do is sit and exist, but sometimes you don't know that you could do more than sit and exist until you try. And if you fail, then you do, but at least you tried. And that's a better way of learning yourself as well. Like, sometimes I think we default to, like, I can't do anything but exist, which is a valid emotion and actually happens sometimes. But there are many times that I feel like we think we can't do anything but exist, and we're pleasantly surprised when we push ourselves. So, I didn't mean to do that. All of that to say that I realized that I could simply push myself, and it might actually work out in my favor if I did so, and here we are. Is it going to be like a perfect video? Probably not, but it's worth it for me to try. So, pretty fly. I keep getting a lot of pretty flies. This is also the worst. Like, I'm already a little dizzy, and I just absolutely hate this effect. I will say that is the one thing Astro Birth added that I do not like being added to the game, is that I can now get this effect as a pill. I never needed this effect as an item, to be honest with you. It was like funny the first couple times I tried that item because I was like, oh, lol, I'm fucking drugged up, Lamau. But now it's like, I am not having a good time, I fear. Which is fine, it's over now. No reason to complain. No reason. I'm on an XL floor. I don't know how I didn't know that. I got 2 item rooms and just didn't question it in the slightest. I was like, yeah, that's what happens. It's normal. To be fair, if you had asked me 5 seconds ago, 10 seconds ago if I'd gotten 2 item rooms, I would have had no idea. I'm here, but I'm not here. You know what I mean? Here, you hear what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? Are you putting down whatever I'm picking up? Because you could be doing it that way too. I don't know. I just want you to understand what I'm saying. I'm so bummed out because I absolutely had something that I wanted to say and I just really can't remember what it was, which is really frustrating me because my brain is stuck on it, but my brain's stuck on something it doesn't even understand. I'm just going to give this a couple plays with my blue hearts because I am getting so many charges on the books and I would like to get a speed up and a health up specifically. A couple plays I say as I just keep playing and keep playing, keep playing. I'm figuring like it'll pull out, Lamau. It'll pay out at some point, right? Literally, like, all of my health later, and it still has not paid out, is truly diabolical. I have nothing left to give. It sucked my ass completely dry. And it gives me nothing. Is criminal in ways that enrages me to an unreasonable extent. Because what the fuck do you even mean? And now I'm in this dumbass room. I did get a heart, though, which is good. I'm gonna go back and play it, because at this point I'm pretty much... I'm locked in, okay? I'm sorry, that was an unreasonable series of events. There's no reason why that shouldn't have paid out at least once. How much of my health do you need to pay out? Like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, do I have negative luck or something? But I'm pretty sure luck is not meant to matter for those machines, unless that's bad information. So, like, what is occurring? Why are we not paying out? Why have I've given so much of myself to that machine? Which is a crazy sentence, and definitely one that sounds quite mentally unstable, but it's true, okay? I gave a lot of myself to that machine, literally. My health has dwindled to what was very full to now being next to nothing. I am going to drop this because I want to use it, but I don't want to use it here. I don't think any of this stuff is worth using it on. Not that it really matters, I guess. Either way, I'm buying something that I would or would not have wanted, but I feel like it makes more sense to save it for something else. What I'm saving it for, I don't know. Okay, my brain is just telling me that it makes sense to save it and to save it, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm listening to my gut instinct and I'm saving my shit. And I think the purpose of this is just to get as many tiers out at a time as possible. I mean, I go in, oh my god, we have ourselves a planetarium. Let there be Terra, please. I doubt it. Terra would be... I got Terra the other day in a personal run, and it felt, what the fuck is this? Oh, Corvus! I actually like Corvus. That sounds like a meme, but I'm being so fucking for real. I actually really do genuinely like this item. It's another great, fantastic, lovely, wonderful mod item that I think is a really, really good planetarium item, because these birds come every, like, bit of... I think, is it 10 seconds or 14 seconds or 14 birds every 10 seconds? Something like that. Something that makes sense and is actually cool. Can I remember exactly what it is? No, but, I mean, look at that. Look at them eat down. That is absolutely worth it. Corvus is worth it. They ate down with Corvus. I'm sorry, I said what I said. Okay, I had to scratch my nose so I can edit. I'm not gonna edit. Me editing. Listen, if it's going to be like a gross thing, I'm probably gonna edit it out. If it's like something stupid, then whatever. But if it's like me scratching my nose, even though I'm not scratching the inside of my nose, just makes me feel icky, and I don't like to be icky, especially not on the internet, so I just decided to cut it out. If it can be misconstrued as yucky, icky, yuck, it's probably not for me. It's not for me, and it's certainly not for my channel. I like to be cleanly, I like to smell good, I like to not be icky, yuck. I know people can be, and great, good for you, but for me, it's on site if I'm even a little bit icky. And yes, it's on site with myself. I'm fighting myself if it's the case. Okay, I can't remember what I was going to say, but what I will say is that something that bugs me to no end is people's abilities to convince other people that things that are not a problem or are causing no problems or aren't causing specifically your problems are actually the biggest problem that you should focus on. And it's the fact that there are so many people who are unwilling to critically think, and people who don't want to think about their own lives or where they are, how they got there, that fall for this so often. Because if somebody else just tells you all the answers, it's so much easier than if you have to figure them out yourself. This is one of my biggest pet peeves with the current way that things are happening where I live, where it's like people are not actually thinking critically about things and they're not willing to. They would much rather be comfortable and be told what to do and not worry about it than to think critically for a hot second and maybe save lives in their own communities. But instead, it's important to be told how to behave, to be told what to feel, to be told how to see others, all kinds of stuff that is usually based in goddamn nonsense. And it's so easy to do. And it bugs me to no end because you're the only one that knows what's the most important in your life. You're the only one that knows what you need, and you're the only person that can advocate for yourself if anything were to happen. I mean, of course, other people will be able to advocate for you, but in terms of knowing exactly what you need and knowing exactly what you want and what has happened to you and how you need it, it's going to be up to you. But there are so many people that convince us that things that don't matter are important and that we have no idea what's actually important. We don't know what matters. Actually, the truth is this. And it's always people who are not telling the truth at all that are so invested in forcing us to feel like they're telling the truth and that their version of the truth is the only version of the truth. And I just really don't like that. I don't know if that's really obvious or not, but I have just not been vibing with this issue that's been currently ongoing. It feels so preventable and avoidable because all you really have to do is just think ahead and think critically for yourself and think about what has and has not been true in your life and what makes sense, and I feel like we're not invested in that. Doubles, lucky pennies, fuck it, I'm gonna take it. I know that that's not like the most exciting. Why'd that yawn last so long? I'm leaving that in solely for the level of discomfort that I feel like it's going to give some people, but I feel like, take temperance. I'm not fucking with that again, actually. I mean, I will take temperance because I have no choice, but I didn't want temperance because that was unfair the first time. But I feel like a lot of people just have no idea. Not that they have no idea, but I feel like a lot of people are just not the kind of people who are interested in thinking about things on their own. Like, it takes a lot of mental power for them, and so they just fucking don't. And guys, I hate to break it to you, but that's sort of not the way you do it. I would say that's not the way you do it. I think you're really screwing yourself over, and you're really narrowing your world, and you're making yourself seem more and more narrow-minded and simple-minded if you can't. I don't know. If anything I'm saying making sense. Like, am I connecting thoughts together well? I feel like I'm not. Like, I feel like I'm rambling in a way that is sort of nonsensical. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, without critical thought, without people being willing to be invested in their own lives, we are so easily fooled into believing that things that don't matter at all are the most important things on the planet. And it just bugs me that, like, literally no end at all, because it's just completely and totally unnecessary and uncalled for, and there's really no reason for us to be treating each other the way that we are. And it's irritating to no end because people are so happy with it because they feel like it doesn't affect them until it does. And then we're suddenly supposed to, like, sympathize and feel a certain kind of way because they were actively hurting other people, and then, like, now they're not, so now they're, like, good, quote unquote, but they're only not because, like, their son has special needs or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like that. I don't like how easily we're convinced of what to think, feel, and believe. And I know that humans are just kind of creatures like that. Like, we're creatures that are in a community, we kind of hive mind a little bit, and we think thoughts that other people think, and we are easily influenced in that way for a lot of us. But there's also some burden. You bear the weight of having critical thinking skills, of being conscious of yourself, who you are, and what the space is that you take up. And people are, like, not interested in, oh my god, it's a thumbs up. People are not interested in doing both. Like, they would much rather you tell them that they should hate minorities than they are willing to be like, let me think about whether or not that makes sense and what that means for my life, because it's just easier to think about it, especially when the world is so bleak. I really or not think about it, sorry. I really hope that made sense, but I feel like it kind of didn't, low-key, and I'm like, oh, that probably didn't make any sense at all. But it was meant to make sense, okay? I'm a little sleepy, I'm a little tired. It was meant to make sense. I just think it didn't make sense, which is, I'm gonna take it, that's fine. Sometimes you win some, you lose some. I didn't want that at all, so that's fun. I genuinely wanted kidney stone, but I guess I can go fuck myself. I mean, it's my fault for fucking that up, honestly. And my damage is only 3.7, which, guys, I'm so sorry if you can hear the toilet flushing in the background. It's just bad fucking timing. My damage is... Okay, it sounded like they exploded, so that's my last cut, actually. Because I was like, what's occurring? Are we okay? I think I was rambling kind of nonsensically anyways because I'm super tired. And sometimes nowadays, like, I don't know if this is anybody else has brain fog, but nowadays when I get really tired, sometimes I talk and my sentences don't make sense. So, like, I might run through that. I might run through that really quick and make sure it makes sense. But you guys can also just make fun of my, like, pseudo-drunk brain, to be honest with you. Like, if it really doesn't make sense, you're like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Fair enough. Girl, I don't know either. I'm here for the ride just like you, baby. I don't know what's occurring. Truly. I'm lost. On every level, I'm lost. I don't know what's happening. My brain has officially ceased to think. That's the thing, too, right? I'm such a big fan of critical thought. This is why my brain's always fried, bitch. I'm trying to think deeply about everything. Like, I saw a video of a girl who was talking about being a deep thinker or whatever, and, like, people saying it's not that deep all the time, and there was, like, some mixed responses to it, and I am somebody who is a deep thinker in the sense that, like, I just think about shit on a level that does not require, like, some things do not require to be thought deeply about, but I'm the kind of person who absolutely will think very deeply about things. Like, for example, what I was just talking about, like, to me that requires deep thought, I guess, but also at the same time, like, not everybody is going to be thinking deeply about that, but to me, it bothers the living shit out of me that somebody could tell someone to hate somebody else and they'll just fucking do it because they don't want to think otherwise, right? Like, that sucks. Minus 0.14 speed. Gain 1 health, multiplies all stats up or down. Okay, I think, is it telling me what it's gonna do? Okay, I see. Ooh, but I got times everything up, though. What is this? I'm gonna take this instead of a tears down. Although I did just get a nice, decent tears up. What is it again? Chance for tears to gain a laser ring. Chance increases with luck. I'm at 0 luck. Could I maybe get some more luck? Yeah, but I probably won't. But, what was I saying? But ultimately, regardless, I am the kind of person who will, like, think deeply about everything, like, deep diving on, like, the character, I don't know, interactions in SpongeBob and shit. Like, my brain just thinks about every little thing as deeply as it can. And so, like, I need to stop doing that because my brain is leaking out of my ears and I'm tired. And so, like, I used to, literally thinking used to be my favorite hobby. Like, there would be many times where, like, someone would come up to me and be like, hey, what have you been up to? And I'd be like, just thinking. And they're like, just thinking? I'll be in a room silent. I'm not talking about an era before phones, because I did live in both. I'm talking about with my phone next to me. Quiet. Just thunked. I think my mental health is really bad, and so, like, I do realize now that that's not a good thing to do for me right this moment, so I don't really do it anymore, but sometimes I do. Like, sometimes my roommate will be like, hey, what have you been up to? Nothing. I am just laying here. Because I like to think. It's not good for me anymore. I think it was really fun for me before, and now my brain's like, dude, please stop, dog. Like, we don't need to think about everything. And yet, here we are. I'm doing it again. I'm addicted. I'm a fiend. I can't stop thinking. And I have a constant inner monologue in my head. Like, when I found out recently that there are some people who just do not have an inner monologue in their head, they just are not, like, thinking to themselves all the time. Like, I was literally gobsmacked. Like, you're just sitting there. First of all, it sounds so peaceful. Like, I can't imagine not thinking about something 24/7. It sounds so fucking peaceful. Like, at first I was like, girl, there's something missing. And maybe there is. I have literally no idea. I don't think it's as common for people to not have an inner monologue as it is for people who do, right? Maybe, like, I don't think that... I mean, either way, one way or the other, you're not, like... Oh, they're friendly. Oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't clock that T. I feel like I should have gotten hit there, but I didn't. I don't feel like you're more or less special than anybody else one way or the other, like, if you are or are not having an inner monologue or whatever, but it just... At first I was like, that sounds like there's something missing, because I know there's, like, whenever you can't picture things in your mind, you know what they look like, but you can't picture it. There's a name for that, or there was. Maybe this is misinformation. Maybe somebody made some fuck shit up. I like to I like to fact check 99% of the things I read on the internet, but sometimes I just don't have fucking time, and, like, I'll scroll a little bit, but if it makes sense to me, I'm like, that's probably true, and then I'll, like, try to think about it for later. Drago back the rideable dragon erases one random enemy upon entering, or with enemies preventing that enemy from appearing. Again until the room ends. Activates up to 2 times per room. That sounds nice. Draco back the rideable dragon sounds like a reference that I'm sad I'm not understanding because the name's funny and cute. Anyways, what was I saying? What was I saying? Ooh, spiders. Yeah. God damn, we got a lot of spiders. What was I saying? What was I saying? I'm getting blown up. Kidding, that was one message. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah. So there was definitely like there was a thing going around about like, oh, can you see an apple or can you just think about an apple? Like all that shit or whatever. People were like, oh, I can't see an apple, whatever. I'm like, whatever they said, like 5. The example's always 1 through 5, and I was always 5 or 1, whatever one it is, where you can see the apple. Like, I can see a red apple. I can picture light refracting off of it. I can picture how it would shine. I can picture how it would feel. Like, my brain is very, picture-y. Thinky thunks. Like, I can close my eyes and see a sandwich. I can, like, see the colors. I can see the bread and things. Like, I can see it. It's not like I'm looking at this fucking bottle when I'm looking at a sandwich, but if I close my eyes, I can see a sandwich, you know what I mean? But, like, there are people who can't do that, like, they know, like, if you say picture a sandwich and someone's like, okay, it might be because they literally can't picture it or whatever, and I think I feel like there's a name for that. Actually, I'm gonna use this really quick because, oh, yeah, I'm gonna use it really quick, because I could get, the pact again. Which I do want. I just don't know. Do I have that? I do. Okay. This should be easy because I don't have that many items. I mean, I have a decent amount of items. Why are we spreading it out like this? Give me one room with 15 items or so. There we go. The pact. Thank you. Got the penny because I'm that bitch. To me, that was worth it because I will take any level of damage I can get. I'm trying to get my brain to sort of calm down and stop thinking so much about literally every little thing, but I have no idea if that'll ever happen. That's been kind of like how I am since I was a child. Thinking has always been one of my favorite things. Like, I just like to think. I don't like to think about all the shit that I think about, but I like to think, if that makes sense. Having thoughts and inner monologues and dialogue and daydreaming. I also have maladaptive daydreaming. I literally hate being interrupted when I'm daydreaming. I daydream 24/7. I am always daydreaming. I'm always thinking about daydreaming. YouTube is one of the only things that can pull me out of daydreaming. I'm not like I can't function or that people can't have conversations with me or something, but there are very, like, if I get into a good conversation and I'm giving somebody all of my attention, my eyes just unfocus. I hope that's not really obvious, but they did. Go back and look. I literally couldn't see straight. That was weird. I don't know what I thought I was gonna do there. But, you know, I can listen to people talk. If I'm giving somebody my attention, that's one thing. But if I'm by myself, listening to music, in the car, whatever, I don't like being interrupted. Because I'm daydreaming. I promise you I'm just daydreaming. There's a reason why I don't want to be... It's because I'm daydreaming. Before bed, I daydream. When I wake up in the morning, I daydream. On the way to work, I daydream. On the way to the store, I daydream. When I'm shopping, I'm daydreaming. Unless I'm with somebody else, that's all I do. I don't do anything else. I think I'm just mega stuck in my mind, and I think part of that is, however, I will say, I do think part of that is because my life has been very traumatic. So the real world was identified to me as scary from a very little age. Very, very young. And I had really complex thoughts and emotions as a child as well. Please don't think I'm like, I don't want to sound like a dick, okay? I'm not trying to like be like, and actually, I was the next Einstein-ina. I'm not saying that. Like, I'm just saying Einstein-ina. I was trying to make it sound like pretty. Or pretty? Huh? Girly. But Einstein sounds racist for some reason to me. I don't know why. It just does. Something about that don't sound right. I'm not saying that. I'm literally just saying, like, I was thinking deeply about things from a very young age and thinking about the impact I could have on the world and other people from a very young age, like single digits. So I think my brain was just super intrigued by that, and then on top of that, the world was already shown to me to be a scary and untrustworthy place. I couldn't control what was going on in the world around me, but I could absolutely control what was going on in my head. And not to mention, I had way too many fuck me hard. Why can't I talk? Not to mention, I had so many cartoon character crushes and things that, like... were just stupid, but I could just think about them. Like, I could just be like, oh, how cool would it be to be with him from fucking the fucking What are they called? I almost said Fairly Odd Parents. Incorrect. Powerpuff Girls. Oh my god, dude. Two very different things. And by the way, I like the active item. I feel like I didn't, the pocket active, I feel like I didn't say that. I am enjoying it, genuinely. It's very similar to that other item, but I can't remember the name. So there's that, but it's good. It's decent, and I like it. And I like David. He starts with decent stats. He has a nice little pocket active. It's a simple character, which I like. There's not really a lot to it, but it's easy to... That shit pissed me off. It's easy to digest. I feel like I dropped a coin, and I feel like it's not there anymore, question mark? Maybe I didn't. When you're shown that you can't trust anything else but really yourself, it's really easy to just start thinking a lot. Oh my god, my speed's even slower! I need to stop doing random shit, truly. I really, really do. Wait, I'm already on the chest? Why did I think I was about to do the Isaac fight? What the fuck is going on? I promise you guys, I have no idea what's going on. None. None at all. I'm literally lost, scared, and confused. Thank you guys for letting me yap on this video. Truly, I appreciate it. And guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, you know, do the good things. I appreciate you guys for being here and letting me yap and think and talk. And I'm happy that I showed up. Not because I did anything special or anything, but just because I could have not, and then I would have just been giving in to my anxiety, and I don't want to do that anymore. And I don't want other people to tell me I should give in to my anxiety and try to force me to do it by doing tricky, dumb, dark, stupid shit. We have one life, and I don't want to waste it, and so much of my time has already been taken from me from things that should not have happened to me that I'm trying to regain control. So if you are also doing that, follow along. I talk about everything in my videos. I'm silly, I'm funny, and I'm serious sometimes. Okay, that was awkward. I love you all, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to my members for supporting the channel. They are the backbone of this channel, guys, so please give them a little... That's a round of applause. Applause? Bye. Love you. Bye-bye.